Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to NAMtv. I'm Cece, and April is coming to a close, but we can't move on to May until we celebrate 420. This year, in honor of cannabis culture, New Age Media got to spend 420 with none other than T. Mills. Not only did we get the opportunity to witness an incredible show, but we also got to sit and talk one-on-one with Travis to find out how he got to where he is today and where he plans on going from here. Take a look. So you recently had a birthday. How did you celebrate it?
We were in St. Louis and we went out we played a show, which was awesome. I got to cake like all my fans, so they made me a cake and I threw it out. And then we went out to some nightclub. We hosted a nightclub, and I don't really remember much else. We enjoyed ourselves, to say the least.
That's how you know you had a good night, when you can't remember it.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So we had a good time. This was the second year in a row I've been on tour and I had my birthday, so we made sure to do it right. Last year we were in Vegas, so
that's awesome.
It was tight.
So in other interviews, you've mentioned that you get your musical influence from your family and different musical styles that you listen to. How did having a family with such a diverse music taste kind of help you out with your music?
I felt like I was exposed to a wide variety of music at a young age, and everyone kind of played a key part, what their favorite bands and their favorite albums and stuff. I've always listened to as much music as I possibly could. As soon as I got the internet, I went crazy and I downloaded everything I could. I'm just addicted to music. So I feel like that played a huge part too. When Napster came out and stuff. I was 11 or 12 years old and I just started downloading music. And I still had TRL when I was a kid. So you know what I mean? It was just a whole different generation, and I was just exposed to so much. And now kids are even exposed to even more, which I think is amazing. And I refer to it as the playlist generation, because we just kind of put all of our favorite songs and artists together, and we can listen to it, all at once, rather than buying an album, putting in the album, listening to it, and taking it out, so on and so forth. So, yeah, I'm super grateful. I thank my uncle every time I see him. Yo, thank you so much, man. It's crazy. You put me on to Bone Thugs, and I'm chilling with Bone Thugs. And they're from Ohio too, so shout out to Bone Thugs.
Right, Ohio. We have our shitty weather, but we have our really good music.
Yeah, you do.
So, we kind of make up for that. What's the number one thing that you like to see an audience do?
Number one thing I like to see an audience do. It always feels good when I don't have to sing the song. When I can just hold the mic out and the whole room is singing every single word. That's a very accomplishing feeling. You feel like your music has traveled, and I'm in a place that I've never been before, and they know all the lyrics that I wrote when I was back at home, and just making the song. So that I feel like is the most rewarding thing. But I like to see people have a good time. I like to see people get into it, and you go to a show to have fun, So I want everyone there to leave having had fun and feeling like the concert was an amazing time. I want to give everyone the best show every show I play. So.
But what does it mean to you to be a young favorite?
I feel like it's just something me and my friends started saying. I feel like the people that I travel with, we're all friends. We're a big family, and we all fight, we all make up, and we all have our differences, and we all have our similarities. And everyone in our group plays a key role, you know what I mean? Everyone is specific to that individual. Someone will have a certain character trait about them and a certain job description, and they'll do certain things on the bus, and another person will do their certain things. So it's like a big machine, we're all working together, and we all have one common goal, one common interest, and we're out here to do one thing, and that's play shows and have fun. And I feel like we all look out for each other, and at the end of the day, it's about the opportunity that we're given. You know what I mean? We get to travel the world, and we get to play music every single day. You can't really beat that. None of us are sitting behind a desk and working a job, you know what I mean? At the same time, it's still a job, we have a lot of work to do, but we get to hang out with all of our friends and do the most fun thing ever, which,
right.
Which is it's pretty tight, so.
Which is awesome, it's pretty much what a lot of people would consider the dream.
Definitely.
So So, I mean, like, you came up fast, you achieved success early, like, you got a huge fan base, like, all over the country and even different parts of the world. Like, the music industry is fierce. Like, have you ever been nervous that, like, everything that you've achieved could all just disappear?
I think about that shit every day. I feel like anyone who creates, anyone who's an artist thinks about that. And that's really what drives you to keep going. You know what I mean? You can never be content with where you're at or with what you've done, because, you know, tomorrow someone else is going to do that same thing and they might do it better, and you got to find a way to up your game. And I feel like the word creative, like, it's not about competition. It's not about, you know, who's selling more tickets to a show, who's selling more singles or anything like that, who has more fans. I feel like it's the desire to create art, and, you know, that's why I'm put here. So I never look at it like I'm competing with someone, or, you know what I mean? I don't look at it as a competition. I look at it as like an individual journey, and everyone's on their own path, and I want to take the steps that I want to take in order to have the future that I want to have. So it all starts with a vision. You know what I mean? If you have that vision, then you're gonna find the steps to accomplish that, and you have to keep that vision in mind every single day. And that vision changes. You know, it's a gradual goal. So you might start out with, you know, I started out with I want to make music and I want to go on tour and I want to get a record deal, and then I made music, I went on tour and I got a record deal, and then I was like, I want to play on TV, and then we played on TV, and you know, we're playing big shows now, and now where I'm at, I'm still not content, and now I want to go on tour, and I want to play the Staples Center, and I want to play Madison Square Garden, and I want to have a 10-piece band, and, you know, I want to have 4 tour buses. I don't want to have just one. So it's you know, you're continually changing your goals and striving for more success, and at the same time you want to keep the creative in mind and make good music and you know, give people what they want to hear. So it's kind of a balance thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm happy with what I've done, and I feel like my fans have been so amazing to me and enabling me to, you know, to do this, because if they didn't come to the venue, I wouldn't have a show to play. And if they didn't listen to my music, I would have no reason to release music. So it's a give and take. And as long as you satisfy them, they're going to satisfy you.
Like, you talk a lot about, like, the people who support you, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But were there any people that, like, doubted you or, like, didn't
all
take you
the time.
seriously?
Oh, definitely. I mean, especially in the beginning, even more so now. You know, like, if you think it's hard when you first start, like, no one wants to see you succeed. The music business is the only business, one of the only, I'd say the entertainment business is one of the only businesses where people, even your friends, want you to fail, because, you know, they want to win. Where, you know, you failing actually brings someone else joy. As fucked up as that sounds, but that's why I said, you know, the creative is not about competition. It's about what you want to project, and it's about your art and you know, what you want to make. But yeah, I mean, hating is fucking crazy. So I try not to hate on anybody, and you know, if anyone has success, I wish them the best. And you know, I like to see my friends who I was touring with last year. You know, I've seen their careers just blossom, and you know, I'm so happy for them. Like, when I go to the venues and I see that my friends are playing at the same venue, I make sure to hit them up, like, oh man, congrats, like, I see you, you know, you're on tour, you're killing it, like, I love you. So you give what you get. The first step in being an artist is to just do it. You know, I feel like people have so many preconceived notions in their head, and they have so many reservations, and a lot of them are afraid to just take the first step, which is actually do it, like, just create something and put it out there. And at the same time, I feel like people, you know, who are doing this, and I feel like they lose sight of what they really started to do it for. They might not think that they're as successful as they wanted it to be. But with art, I feel like if you can make a living off your art, then that is success. So, no matter how big or small. That's what we do, man. It's so rewarding to, like, be able to go somewhere and talk to someone I've never met and inspire them with what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Even if it's like two totally unrelated things, like you with your blog and me with my music, and they coincide, but at the same time they're very different, you know. But you can learn something from me, and I can learn something from you, and I feel like that's the beauty in all of it.
Right, that's what being an artist is all about. Like, definitely. You have to, like you said, the whole give and take thing, like, you have to learn from other people, and you have to teach other people. So it's...
You have to learn from your mistakes, too. The biggest thing is trying shit. You You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna fail no matter what. Everyone's gonna fail.
Right.
The point of failing is to take what you learned from that and put it into something new and succeed. Hopefully, you might fail 100 times, but on the 101st time, you know, you can get it right, and that's all you need. All you need is one time to get it right. So
that's all you need. Like, you started on Warped Tour in 2009, and from there, like, record labels were just like offering you deals like left and right. Like, how did that make you feel, and like how did you choose like the right label to go with?
It all felt surreal to me, honestly. Like, I tried not to think about it too much because I didn't want to get my hopes up. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think that kind of shit really happened to people. Like, you know, I thought it was just shit that was in movies and shit. So when it was all happening, I was just like, you know, I was talking to my family a lot. I was just trying to keep, you know, obviously everyone in my life was super excited. I was super excited, but at the same time I had to kind of control it because I was like, yo, if this goes away, you know, I don't want to be let down. I don't want to get my hopes up pretty much. I'm a realist, you know, I'm a very factual. I tend to be factual, but at the same time I'm kind of out there and I like projecting, like, you know, thinking what could be, but there has to be a balance. So when that was all happening, I was like, well, you know, they could say they want to sign me and they could talk a bunch of shit, but let's see like what they really want to do. And then we started having meetings, and you know, you started vibing with people. And my deal took a long time to structure. Like, we talked with Columbia for like 6 to 8 months before, you know, it was actually done. And we found, I guess we settled on a label because we found the right people who were passionate about my music and passionate about my project and who really understood it. And we wanted a team. We didn't just want, you know, someone that was going to be at a label for a few months and then get let go. Music industry is so up and down and fucking crazy, and people are leaving left and right and switching positions, and you know, we didn't want none of that wishy-washy shit. We wanted something concrete, and we wanted a foundation to develop my project, and that's what we found, and that's what we did. It wasn't about the money for me, it was about my team. You know, I took a lot less money to sign with my label because I believed in them, and I felt like it was the right fit.
Right. That's awesome.
So I'm investing in my future, you know what I mean? I would rather take a smaller check with a solid team rather than a big check, and who knows what's going to happen.
You've always been connected to your fans, and like we both know as much as anyone that you love your fans as much as they love you. So what do you do to try to help show them that?
I feel like I still do meet and greets after every single show, which can be like 2 to 3 hours sometimes, and it's really draining, you know, especially after you go play a set. I'll do meet and greets before the show because like we put together this VIP package, and I didn't just want it to be like, okay, you come in, you get a picture with me, you leave, you know, like we wanted to do something different. So I feel like what we put together is really cool, where fans can actually buy into the VIP experience and they get a laminate for the show, which is cool because you get like a tour laminate, which is what we have, you know. You get a custom bandana, which we don't sell. Like, only VIPs can get the bandana. You get a photo, like a poster, a picture with me. We get to hang out a little bit, and then they get to come into the venue early and watch a sound check, which I feel like is very vulnerable for a lot of artists, because when you sound check, you know, you don't know how the sound's going to be. You're walking in a new venue every single day, and you're pretty much practicing songs. So, you know, they get to see you fuck up if you're gonna fuck up, and I feel like that's so cool, man. Like, that's an experience that, you know, not everyone is gonna get to get. And we try to keep it interesting. We try to, you know, sound check with songs that we're not gonna play at the show, so they can, you know, kind of take that home with them and kind of feel, you know, exclusive. Yeah, and so that's what I put together, and I feel like it's really rewarding for both me and my fans. You know, they get to come in and see me out of my comfort zone, I guess. It's a different feeling, you know, when you're in a venue and it's empty and it's just us up on stage and we're fucking around and shit, and they get to be there and watch that. Like, it's a real moment, and they can take pictures, they can document it, they can do, you know, what they want. We're pretty much just inviting them in to hang out with us. So I think that's super tight. And then, I mean, social media, you know, it's connected people in such a crazy way, and the fact that I can talk to 100 fans in a matter of minutes just on my phone, like while I'm sitting down at a restaurant or something, is so empowering because they just get to connect with you. You know, they want to see what I'm eating. They want to, they want to know like where I go get my clothes, and they want to know what me and my friends are doing on our days off. And I feel like if my mom could have talked to the Beatles on Twitter like, when she was growing up, like just what would that be like? You know what I mean? And now our generation, like we get to do that, so it's cool.
As we continue living in what he calls the playlist generation, T Mills is continuing to make music, travel the world, and inspire others. Photos from the show can be seen at our Facebook page at the link provided, and make sure to stay tuned for updates and details from T Mills and New Age Media. Thanks for joining me today on NAMtv. Make a name for yourself.